Imagine you're sitting on the couch, giving your cat a belly rub, and your dog suddenly wedges himself between you, like he's auditioning for a movie role. Tail stiff, eyes locked on you, determined to reclaim what he clearly thinks is his spot. Moments like that can feel strangely personal, almost like your dog is saying, "Hey, remember me?" And honestly, you're not imagining it. Dogs really can show jealousy-like behaviors that catch people off guard. If you enjoy these little emotional mysteries in your pets, feel free to tap like or subscribe so you can find your way back here. Today, we're decoding what's actually going on inside that jealous-looking behavior. Number 1. What jealousy even means for dogs. You've probably had one of those moments where you're petting another pet or even scrolling on your phone, and suddenly your dog is right there, nudging your hand like they're reclaiming their spot. That familiar scene sets the stage for what many people call jealousy. But dogs experience it a little differently. Researchers often describe these reactions as resource-guarding behaviors wrapped in a social situation. In simple terms, your attention is a valuable resource, and your dog notices when it shifts. They don't need complex human-style jealousy to push between you and a cat, or to plant themselves in your lap like a furry blockade. Blocking, nudging, squeezing into tiny spaces, these are classic moves. Some dogs do it because they're trying to keep access to something good. Others do it because they feel unsure or worry about losing connection for a moment. Most owners recognize at least one of these signals from their dog's greatest hits list, and it's comforting to know it comes from instinct, not drama. So if these behaviors come from instinct, what does science say is actually happening underneath them? Number 2. What science says about dog jealousy. Researchers once ran a study where dogs reacted to a stuffed dog being petted, as if it were a real rival. That single detail surprises a lot of people and shows how sensitive dogs are to shifts in attention. When scientists observed those reactions, they saw behaviors that looked very similar to jealousy in young children. Tense posture, blocking, and even attempts to break up the interaction. Some researchers call this primary emotion competition, a simple emotional system sitting between pure instinct and more complex human feelings. During these moments, dogs show physiological signs too: raised heart rates, tighter muscles, and focused staring. These reactions hint at emotional arousal, not just simple habit. There's also attachment research showing how closely dogs track your gaze, your hands, even the direction your body leans. To them, your attention is part of the bond they rely on. When it shifts, they notice instantly. All of this research becomes even more interesting when you see how it plays out in your living room. You've probably spotted it more times than you realize, and the next part makes those tiny moments even clearer. Number 3. How jealousy shows up in real life. Picture this. You sit down to hug your partner, and suddenly your dog materializes like they were summoned, squeezing their nose between you two. Or maybe you've seen that slow, creeping lean when you're brushing the cat, your dog inching closer until their whole body is in the way. These everyday moments show how jealousy-like behavior slips into regular life without you even noticing at first. The classic signals are easy to recognize once you know them. Pushing between people, barking at another pet who's getting attention, pawing at your arm while you're focused on someone else. Sometimes it's quieter, hovering nearby, watching with laser focus, or giving that tight-mouthed stare that says everything. Certain situations tend to spark these reactions more often. Introducing a new pet, bringing home a baby, greeting visitors, or even something as simple as scrolling your phone when your dog hoped for couch time. And there's a line between normal attention-seeking and growing tension. Whining, pacing, or stiff body language usually mean your dog feels stressed, not just playful. Once you see these patterns, the next question is why some dogs show them much more intensely than others. Number 4. Why some dogs get jealous more than others. Some dogs seem born with a built-in attention radar, and they activate it the second your focus shifts. That strong pull toward you isn't random. It comes from a mix of personality, history, and the environment they grew up in. Velcro-style dogs, those sweet shadows who follow you from room to room, often react more intensely when they feel competition. Sensitive breeds or dogs with softer temperaments can show the same patterns. Their need for closeness makes any interruption feel bigger. A dog's past also shapes this behavior. Shelter dogs or pups who experienced unpredictable caregiving sometimes guard affection more strongly because consistency didn't always feel guaranteed. Even training plays a role. If interrupting your attention has worked before, your dog learns the pattern quickly and repeats it. Homes with multiple pets naturally add more competition. Everyone wants their spot, and your attention becomes the warmest seat in the house. Once you understand why your dog reacts the way they do, it becomes easier to help them feel secure. And that leads to the next step, shaping calmer, more confident behavior so everyone can relax together. Number 5. How to reduce jealous behavior. Have you ever wondered if your dog could unlearn those jealous moments, or if it's just part of who they are? The good news is that most dogs can absolutely shift their reactions with a few steady habits from you. A great place to start is rewarding calm behavior. When your dog waits patiently while you're giving attention to someone else, even for a second, mark it and reward it. That tiny moment teaches them that staying relaxed gets them what they want. Teaching a simple settle or place cue helps too. It gives your dog a predictable job during moments that usually spark jealousy. Pair that with scheduled one-on-one time so your dog feels their connection with you is solid, not slipping away. One habit to avoid is giving attention the second your dog interrupts. Even gentle eye contact can reinforce the behavior, so focus on rewarding the calmer moments instead. If you ever see tension turning into growling or snapping, bringing in a qualified trainer keeps everyone safe and supported. As these habits build, something meaningful happens. You start seeing a lighter, more confident version of your dog. And that brings us to a final thought worth sitting with. You might be feeling a little proud right now, realizing how much of your dog's behavior you already understood without having the words for it. That instinct you have, the one that notices when your dog needs reassurance, matters more than you think. And it shows how tuned in you are to them. Jealousy-like moments are incredibly common. And once you see them as attention competition instead of misbehavior, everything softens. Most of the time, a steady routine and a few thoughtful habits help your dog relax and trust that your bond isn't going anywhere. And that bond really is the heart of it. Dogs watch you so closely because you're their safe place, their anchor, their favorite part of the room. Understanding those signals, those nudges, those squeezes between people, those little sighs, strengthens that connection even more. You're not just managing behavior, you're building trust in a way your dog feels every single day. Before you head out, share a story in the comments. What's the funniest or most unexpected jealous moment your dog has ever had? Dog people love swapping those stories, and yours might be exactly the one someone else laughs about tonight.